I mean, there's a lot of coaches. Well, there's probably only one coach. Sorry about that, buddy. There's a lot of stuff going on. How about that?
There's a couple things happening.
There's there's a coach who just recently got fired in Denver 1 week before the playoffs. What are your thoughts on that?
I was actually like really surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I understand the coaching carousel in the NBA is crazy. I do feel like sometimes, a lot of the times, it's like unrealistic expectations for some of these coaches. Like, we're talking about a coach that just won a chip 2 years ago, right? This is the only coach Jokic has ever had.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of look at it like it's different if you have a coach that you've never won with and has seen so much talent come in and out of an organization and has done nothing with it, right? We know some coaches like that, okay? We know some coaches like that. But with Michael Malone, like, the Nuggets gave him 8 years to win a chip. He wins the chip. And then it's like, let's talk about the fact that the Nuggets, I mean, they're not as good as they once were, but they've lost a lot of pieces, but they're not horrible. They're still a playoff team. Right.
They're fourth in the West.
They're a playoff team still. So my thing is like, you fire your head coach. There's something else going on in the
What you think going on in there? What you think going on in there?
He lost that locker room, and
You think so?
there was clamoring, there was chirping, and yeah, there was more than just what we saw in the standings, for sure.
What you think, Name?
Man, I think Jokic
Don't be shy.
I think Jokic was frustrated. Like if you watch the games, like I don't know how we could test Jason on like him finding clips of Jokic like visibly being frustrated during games.
You think Jokic made the call?
I don't know if he made the call.
Oh, okay.
Because he said he didn't. He said they told him. But
he told him
I just think
afterwards.
as they were watching, they were like, our guy is frustrated.
Yeah.
You know? And you could tell, like, and I didn't know, I thought he was mad at the players. Because, like, you would see a player mess up and he'd be like, and they lose that game.
Yeah.
Like when Jokic, like, he
gets frustrated visibly.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but my thing is, and that's a GM issue. That's not a Michael Malone issue.
He got fired too, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, my thing is the GM made sense to me, right?
Yep.
But a coach can only coach what he's given.
Yep.
So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the unrealistic expectations. Like, you can't expect a coach to turn water into wine. Like, he's not
1000%.
Jesus. So it's like you get.
I thought he was doing cool.
Me too.
Fourth.
Yeah, I thought
At
he was
one point,
doing
they
cool.
were third.
And I think he's a good coach,
Me
though.
too.
Like, it's not even like he's a bad, like,
Yeah.
No, he's a good coach.
like,
I've been
I
a
think
fan.
you would want to go play for him.
I've been
Oh,
a fan.
for sure.
I've been a fan.
You
I've been
know,
a fan.
so I
He's
was
not going to have
really,
any
really
issue
shocked.
finding a job.
I've been a fan.
And, like, hearing different takes, they're like, the ownership is like a sound ownership group that doesn't normally fire coaches. So, I don't know. This is one of those ones where, like, one of these days,
It's a
somebody will
panic
tell
move.
the story
Yeah,
of,
we'll see what happens.
like how somebody's going to tell the real story what happened
we'll see
with
what
Luka.
really happened.
It was a
later.
panic move.
But
for
what are they
sure.
panicking for?
Because the Denver Nuggets, like, I think once you get a taste of blood, and in this case, it's like once you get a taste of a championship,
That blood.
kind of think of it like a shark, right? When a shark smells blood, right, they attack, right? So that might have been like a dramatic
That is okay.
correlation. But I think this organization now knows what it's like to win a chip.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like you want more after that. And you're kind of trending in a direction that's the opposite of that. Now, granted, that's not Michael Malone's fault because you get rid of Jeff Green, you get rid of Bruce Brown, you get rid of KCP. It's like what you want me to
that's
do.
like changes, right?
Which is interesting.
Right.
For my take on it is just my opinion. I just feel like it's interesting because, or it's intriguing because, like, it was what, 2 years ago? It was
It's
just
2023
2 years
they
ago.
won the chip.
Like,
Yeah.
usually when that happens, it's like, okay, so must be, he solidifies his space. It solidifies his role. Like, he must be a coach that can get us there.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 2 years later to kind of be shaky, but I mean, what they was trying to do, a three-peat? Because, I mean, that was over after last year. They didn't win it last year. So at this point, it's
and then
like,
you keep losing pieces.
yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
it's just confusing because I've met Mike Malone. I've actually been coached by Mike Malone in one of these African games when I was younger, and he was incredible. Like I came home telling them like I think he's an incredible coach. Like
I
so it
agree.
was shock to me. It was a shock to me because of when it happened because I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful.
Same thing with Taylor Jenkins.
I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
But then you seen what happened with Adrian Griffin in Milwaukee.
Well,
was that last year?
That's different. Doc Rivers is a sniper from the side. We know how that works. We know how that works.
So does Denver like wash their season this year?
It looks like it.
I don't know how you wash it though, because you're still in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like you go into the playoffs without a head coach.
Is Jamal good? Is Jamal healthy?
Jamal's healthy. Russell Westbrook's been a little bit inconsistent, but I feel like this has been his best season in years.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like he's found his group.
He's playing better for sure.
I just don't understand. Like, even if Michael Malone wasn't going to be part of the future, I don't understand how you fire him 3 days before the playoffs.
Right.
I've never seen nothing like that
at least
in
give
my
him
whole
till the
career.
summer.
Right.
Like, see where the chips fall.
Yeah, like at least like let's get through our season. I
must-
mean,
Right.
we going to
Something
the
must have
playoffs.
happened.
We got to play.
That's
the
what I'm
games.
saying. There's more to
You
the story.
seen the clip of him
than-
say something about them not watching film?
Okay, so here's how I felt about that.
I'm sorry.
When you win a chip, right, I feel like as a coach, you get a different level of cachet, right? You should be able to hold your players accountable regardless of how many stars you have, right? But to go in front of the world and be like, your players don't watch film is crazy. Like, some things you gotta keep at home. Like, could have kept that to yourself.
But the UCLA coach, remember when he was like, "Hey man, I can't coach guys if they don't want to play." You remember when the UCLA?
You can't tell the world your players don't watch film. Like, he said, the film's gonna be there, but they probably won't watch it. That's crazy.
How many of them you think are actually watching it out of 15?
The film.
So you tell me. You tell me. You've been in the locker room.
Don't ask me. I'll ask you. You get
I don't know. I don't know.
What you think? Out of
I think
15?
Jokic is. I would hope Jokic is watching film.
Then not a lot of them. Like, if he's saying it, I mean, but who knows? Like, I mean, do you think Spo knew you was at the crib with your iPad watching the film? Do you think?
No, he don't know.
But
Like, they're not tracking it. That's what I'm saying.
They're not tracking it.
So, I
that,
mean, he
with
could
that
not
being
know.
said, how many out of 15 y'all think is actually watching
But
film?
I think the proof,
Jamal might be watching it.
Who
I would
else?
hope Jokic is watching it.
Who else?
I think Brody's watching some film.
I don't think Jokic's watching no film.
If he not, damn.
If he's not watching film,
If he
I
not
don't hope
watching no
everybody else.
film,
Honestly, I don't
Yo.
think Jokic's watching no
he
film.
what?
You think he gets home and he's like, he checks out?
I think bro be like ready to go home and just like shut it down.
Nah, yo, I'm with you, bro. I think you watching that film, P.
Yeah.
I think he watching that film, and then he watching the horses after that. But he watching the film first.
Yeah, I think,
For real, bro.
think
He
bro
watching the
going
film,
home
bro.
and
He too good. He too good not to know. Like
Maybe it's just a
especially
natural gift, though.
No.
It's natural talent. You know what I mean? Like,
When he's getting doubled like that, he knows exactly where people are, what the cuts are, what the reads are. That's film.
yeah, I have too much respect for
film.
Jokic to think he's
That's
not
film.
watching
That's
film.
film. Now he probably can see it because he's tall, but film too.
Yeah, I feel
Film
like he's
too,
watching.
film too. But it's such a fragile conversation because it's like, man, like so many things is going on in our league.
A lot. Right.